Hello, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nighthawk Fox, and today we'll be doing something a little different. I will not be playing Fire Emblem, but I will continue tomorrow. I was gonna take this time to talk a little about my video game collection and also kind of record it on video what I already have, so for in the future I can make some kind of like videos for YouTube and stuff, or edit some funny videos or something, or yeah, just see how the collection grew or what kind of prices went up and down, stuff like that. I just want to kind of get a little collection. Be sure to check it out while I'm checking out my games, talking about some stuff, some memories and stuff. Should be fun. Should be fun. I'm just gonna take a trip down memory lane with my video games all over here. Closets behind me. There's still more downstairs, but that might be in a second part, so I'm gonna start first. Yeah, but kind of the beginning. As you can see, also this side, I'm already getting some boxes again. Those will be for an opening video of. I just need to collect some more. I just don't have too much yet to start unpacking right yet. But first off, alright. I'm gonna put them right here. I will talk about it one by one. This is one of the smaller section. We still should get some foam to block the sounds. I'm hoping I'm loud enough, but I guess so, because from what I see in the mic audio, seems to be fine. I'm just gonna add something quickly. Yeah, I should do that post, but that's still some stuff I need to add it. But it's okay. Alright, let's start off a little what I got with the NES and the Famicom. It's not the hugest section, but here we go. Don't know, yeah, my chat is here, perfect. Very good. First I'm gonna start off with the smallest section. This one maybe not. Alright, I only got 3 from what I see here. So let's see. I picked these up just because like they were pretty cheap to get, and I thought they looked pretty cool to have. Like I really like this yellow coloring. Of course, yeah, they look a little faded, but I don't mind because otherwise the cartridge is in still great shape. Still looks pretty good on the front. Cartridge itself, the coloring still looks amazing. Think I got this, I don't know, from a gaming website, and I just ordered it because it was pretty cheap. Still looks great. I don't have the original NES though. But I remember playing it. Also with Duck Hunt, we had the NES Zapper then. Oh, that was... Well, we played it a lot, kinda. It was decent to play. Don't think at the time that we were ever to beat the final stage. I don't think we made it that far. But yeah, over time, I think we did it though. I at least. When I was older. Not when I was younger though. I never beat it. Because after the NES, we started more getting into the Super Nintendo. We also had the Super Mario All-Stars pack, which you will see later. Next one I got is Super Mario Bros. 3. Same coloring, same fading. This is a little less faded, but still. So it looks good. I have tried these out, I think. Yeah. Maybe not Super Mario 3, but I definitely tried the original Mario Bros. On the Retron 5. I have the Retron 5. This front still looks amazing. I like the little Tanuki on the right side here. I wish they did that also with RNES. That it looks so much better, I think. And another one I got pretty cheap was just Tetris. Everybody knows Tetris. This one has a prettier label though. This one seems to be in better condition. It's been a while since I looked at them because it was after the moving. But no, still looks okay. Yeah, still looks okay. Don't think I haven't played much. Alright. I actually had a bigger collection, I think, maybe at the same amount of NES games, but at the time we sold them all and someone got away with like Mega Man 4 for cheap, very cheap, and I was a little pissed that it went. My mom sold them on a flea market because I was gonna come later. I just had been working a lot and I was tired, and I said I would come 2 hours later, and by the time I came the games were already gone, and she was like, yeah, I sold them for €2 each, $2 kinda. And Mega Man 4 for $2 in great condition, god, I didn't like that. Alright, first one, I just picked this one up because one, it was super cheap, and lately there's a game store that I sometimes go. They pick up here and there some, well, at least when the people donate or give in their games, some NES games. So one of them is Wrath of the Black Manta. I never tried this one before, but I will definitely check it out. Still looks very good. Alright, next one. This one I just bought. This is Snake's Revenge. Well, still too little. It's getting a little dusty. Need to clean it up. That's a good reminder for myself then. That's why good that I'm checking. This little crevice here is a little... That's my dog's hair. Oh. A little dusty, but otherwise still looks very clean. I think this one means it's another kind of version, but specifically to Europe more, I think. I only tried it a little bit. Never played it when I was younger because I never knew about it. But still, 1985. Still looks otherwise very clean. Besides this, still looks very clean. It's a little bit on the top. See here too. I will clean that afterwards. Don't worry, I will clean it. Alright, next up. Same here, just a little. The Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. That's specifically always for the beginning of Europe, because they didn't think we would understand the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So they changed it to Hero. it's the French version. Never knew, but it still plays in English though. Yeah, yet again, need to clean it up a little. Same with the dust, but otherwise, no problem. Also looks still very clean, just a little scratch over here, but not too big. You just see it a little, but otherwise still fine. Yeah, I definitely should clean up the tops, but it's gonna be fine. Don't worry, I will make sure they're very clean. Next one up. Oh, that's such a cool one. Jesus Christ, there's been so much. Where's my cleaning thingy? I might do it a little. Where did I put it? I can't remember. Oh, it's okay. I will look for it later. Next up, TMNT Turtles 2, the arcade game. Yes. Maybe I want to glue. Alright. Looks much better already. Just a little bit over here. Alright. Could be a little better though. Well, it's okay. Here we go. TMNT 2. Again, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles 2. The arcade game. Oh, that was such a fun game. Man, I love this cover. Look at this. The turtles on skateboards. It was such a great game. And for those who want to play it, like on the modern consoles, there's the TMNT Turtles collection on PS4 and PS5, and definitely check this one out because it's definitely a good one, and clearly what inspired many other games following this one. Got this never when I was younger. I played the first one, which was the difficult one with the water dam level. Oh Jesus, the water dam level. Ooh, that damn level. But anyway, never beaten it though. But I have beaten it now on the Turtles collection. Got the platinum for it, which is great. Still actually hard though, but if you follow a guide and you train a little, it's definitely doable. Okay. Next one is one that I also picked up. Like I said, this one is pretty recent. Like my old collection that I had was just sold all for $2 each. So my mom was like, "Yeah, you made some money," and I was like, "Mom, that's a lot of money you just sold." Well, what happened happened. Okay. Bugs Bunny. Is it? The Bugs Bunny birthday blowout, but I guess this one is called the Bugs Bunny blowout. I saw this on the Game Grumps, and I thought it looked pretty fun actually, so that's why I ordered it, and apparently not expensive to get, so very good. Also very clean. Oh, I see though the caution here, but otherwise clean cartridge. Let's see the. Okay, yeah, Spiky, my dog's hair is getting everywhere. We'll need to get it out then. But Alright, next up. DuckTales. Woohoo. That marker, I don't like that marker. Well, either way, the cartridge still looks fine. I got it for also in the same game shop where I mostly find them all though. Except the Turtles one. Turtle ones I ordered separately online. Oh wait, it's coming off. Cool. Oh, might do that another day. Just gonna clean it up a little. So the picture, the sticker still looks amazing. Great game, great music. Everyone is always talking about the moon level, and it is indeed a great team. Yet again, this is the one that I wanted to get, the DuckTales remastered one on from WayForward. I really wanted to get that one, but I missed out, and now it's getting a little more expensive to get, but I will definitely get it. But I have a digital on the PlayStation 3 and also on the PC, I think. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Because I got it for pretty cheap, so that was good. Alright, moving on. Not much left. There's only one loose one left, which is Tailspin. That was, I think this was the latest one that I picked up together with DuckTales. I'm not sure though. Yet again, also from the same shop though. So I was glad to pick this one up. Like if you had the PlayStation, if you have a PS4 or a PS5, there's the Disney Afternoon Collection, which includes this game, DuckTales 1 and 2. What was it again? The Chip and Dale 1 and 2. And then Darkwing Duck. And was there another one? No, I don't think so. DuckTales 1 and 2. Yeah, okay. And I think that's a great collection to have, and also pretty cheap to get. So definitely, if you don't want to get the originals, like the cartridges here, you should definitely check out the Disney Afternoon Collection on the PS4 and PS5. And I wish that they had made a physical disc form for that. But anyway, a clean copy. Look at that. Look at that. Is that a scratch, or is that just from me? No. Yeah, that wasn't there. That was not from me. But anyway, still looks amazing. And Super Baloo. Alright. I only have 2 games boxed. First up, this one is in a case, because the box is actually pretty damaged, as you can see already. It's Gremlins 2, the new batch. I picked this one up also in that same video game store. And I don't know how much it was. Shark Protector, cool. It was not much at least. Well, as you can see, the back still looks kind of okay, but yeah, indeed, yeah, it has seen its fair share of uses though. Gizmo. I will open it up though, just to see a little. It's been a while. I'm gonna go over it with the plot quickly. Oh yeah, now I see. This one was goodly attracted by my dog coming in from a rainy day and just shaking everything on my games. Oh, I didn't like it. I did not like it. Need to get my special disinfection thingy with a little alcohol in it. Makes them look really clean and stuff. Alright, let's open this up. This is why it's in a box protector, but I still wanted to open up to see how the game is. But otherwise, Yeah, the picture still looks pretty fine. Now you can definitely feel it's old though. Very frail. Let's see the game. Not gonna be too. Oh, and it comes in the Nintendo thingy, the sleeve. Apparently those are now quite a penny worth, I'm not sure. Comes with the manual. Or is it a little poster? It's a little poster. Oh boy, it feels so old. I don't wanna... Yeah, it's a little poster. Dr. Mario, that's also still one I still need to get. Oh my. Excite Bike, tennis. I'm afraid to open it up. I see Duck Hunt. Gumshoe. I don't know what that is though. Light Gun series. Huh. Donkey Kong Classic. Popeye. No, let's try. Oh, it's a little game collection poster. What do I see? Super Mario Bros. 2. Zelda 2. Super Mario Bros. Kung Fu Punch Out. Oh, there's a lot of great games on there. Alright, but let's put it back in though. Let's see the cartridge. Alright, that still looks very clean, very clean. I don't think that person played much with it though. But the box has definitely seen some days. Alright, let's put that back. And I'm gonna put it definitely back in its protector to not damage it anymore. That it should be. Otherwise it still looks very, very clear. Alright, next up. This one I played a little, but not when I was younger, but recently, because I tried it, and I have to say, I'm just gonna put my, that doesn't exist anymore, so don't worry. But again, so sad that they put the sticker on the box, because if I would pull it off, it is ripped and it would damage, because otherwise look at it, it's looks clean. I just maybe little this, but almost a perfect condition. I know this game is called otherwise in the other regions, but if you see the picture I think you would know which game, and I think this is one of the better NES games, I guess, because I know. Let's see how it's called quickly. You might know the American names. Blue Shadow of the Ninja. So I guess for Europe it's called Blue Shadow. That's amazing, look at that artwork. I'm so glad I got it, even though with the sticker, but I don't mind. The box looks still very clean and stuff. So glad I got it. Pretty good actually, but difficult. Pretty difficult. So that concludes the NES collection. I'm gonna put that back and I will go on to the Super Nintendo. So that's a little bigger, but not overwhelming though. Should be fun. Be right back. Alright. This one is actually a little bit bigger, but that has also become of the recent games though. If you followed me on Instagram, there has been some conventions that I sorry. There have been some conventions I went to, and those games were pretty cheap. Oops, I forgot about the Super Famicom games, but it's okay. Alright, let's put that lighting on. Okay, first up I ordered this one. It's a reproduction, but it's not a game that's available for Europe otherwise. But thanks to the time we're in now, they can actually make it so you can play it on your original system. That's why I'm saying it. It's the first one I'll show you. This is a reproduction. This is normally not available in Europe. So this is Mega Man and Bass. I just wanted to get it. I got it for pretty cheap. And I just wanted to kind of play it on the original system. But I do not own a Super Famicom, but I do own a Retron 5. So I have never encountered the original cartridge yet. But if I can get it pretty cheap, the original cartridge, I will definitely replace it for at least this one, with this one. So for now, I could keep using this one, which is a pretty cool one, I have to say. But I have to say, a pretty hard one. Pretty hard. Alright, on to the next one. Oh, that's one of my favorites to play when I was younger, and it was so good. NBA Jam. Oh my, that was such a gem of a game. But as you can see, this is one of my childhood games, and it has had its better times. It's getting a little de-yellowed, and there are ways to restore it, and I need to look that up how to do it, and I might be interested in doing it, because they definitely need to be retro-brighted, or how it's called. But such a great game, such a great game. Oh, the hours spent in this, playing against my brother, playing together against the computer, was so good, was so good. Still a recommended one. If you get a Super Nintendo, I definitely recommend this one. It's very fun, very fun. Even though you might not like the graphics anymore or the gameplay, but I still think it holds up to play it, and it's so great. We just had to laugh so much of stealing the balls from the basketballs from each other. It was so funny. It was so funny. And sometimes, like, when they yell "rejected," it was so funny. Especially when, even though you made sometimes the hoop, you made the score, you got the points, but the computer or yourself or my brother hit the basketball, they still said rejected. But even though you made the point, so funny. Alright, one of the Super Famicoms already, but as you can see, they have the exact same shape as the European ones. And with the question, no, they do not work on a European Super Nintendo. You still have to get the converter. But like I said, I have the Retron 5, and I am able to play them without any trouble. And with the Retron 5, you can actually download patches, which you can convert it to the English version. So basically, you have them in English too, if you want to. But then you have to, like, for every game, get them separate. Also, like many of the game sites here, no one wants to buy like Japanese games anymore. So there are some that collect it, but I have never encountered anyone yet so far. Maybe one, but I seem to be like where I grew up and where I live, be like the only one that collects these. Alright, next up, as you can see, I also put them in little cases because I want to preserve them because I really am fond of the Super Nintendo. They're such great games. Next up is Lucky Luke. Something more of what's showed around here. I think you might even know it. He shoots faster than a shadow. Many people kind of know Lucky Luke. We say Lucky Luke, but it's Lucky Luke. But either way, with Jolly Jumper. Great game, but actually pretty hard. Actually, I have to say we never beated it. Actually, I still haven't. Maybe I should consider doing that, but I'm not gonna do it on stream because I'm not that good at the game. It's also been such a long time, but I have to say, from the beginning levels and like the little intro that it has, it's great soundtrack. I have to say, a really great soundtrack. I think you should definitely try that. It's pretty fun actually. Also, this game has a Game Boy Advance port, but I would prefer it on the Super Nintendo. I think it looks much cleaner on there. Alright, next up is another Super Famicom game, Super Mario Kart. I think everyone had this at the original Super Nintendo. I don't know if it came included sometime, but I don't think so. But yeah, everyone had Super Mario Kart. Still as fun. I always picked Yoshi, but I guess many people picked Yoshi or Toad. Toad or Yoshi. Still pretty fun. Like I said, most Super Famicom games pretty cheap. I got them pretty cheap, and I'm so glad. Because I was never allowed to. I had many games, but yeah, we couldn't go overboard with the games. So I understand definitely as a parent, because I'm not a parent yet. But if you have to buy all the games that your child wants, yeah, it can get pretty expensive. But like I said, I'm getting there. Like from what I see here. Oh, this 1992. That was actually the year I was born. So it came out on the year I was born. Cool. I think my dad actually had the NES, so that was pretty cool to see that he already was into gaming when I was not even born yet. I don't know when he got the NES though, but I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. Next up, and I have to play this sound effect. I have to.
Perfect.
There. Street. I think this is Super Street Fighter. Yeah, Super Street Fighter 2, which had extra characters already. I ordered this online. I did not pick this one up at the gaming convention, but still pretty clean copy. But a little de-yellowing on the back here, but yeah, the front still looks amazing. I did try Street Fighter 2, but you will see in my Game Boy collection. I have it, but the Super Nintendo version, we rented it, the original one. And I remember, I not hating it, but it was hard. I couldn't. We couldn't get pretty far, but we did try though. We didn't get pretty far into the arcade, but I maybe we did beat it, but I'm not sure though. I don't think we. It was a single. Like we didn't do it with one person. We did it with multiple person. And we tried and tried and tried. All right, next up. Maybe if we put the difficulty a little lower. Next up is another Super Famicom game. Is Super Mario RPG. Like again, this is not a game that came out in Europe. So I'm glad I got the chance to pick this up for a really cheap price. And yet again, like this one is a little dirty. I will have to clean it a little better. But yeah, like I said, I was busy with moving. Like the sticker is also like a little, but like I said, I got it for pretty cheap, and I was able to play it on the Retron. And I think it's a great game. I think it's a great game. I think I prefer playing it in Japanese, even though I don't understand it. But I have played it before, so I kind of know the game and how to play it and how to progress in there. It's not a pretty difficult game. And if I'm stuck, just kind of look up a guide or a walkthrough just to get a little further. And I do prefer playing it on the Japanese one because the coloration in the game, like with the menu, with the American you have the purple with everything, but with this you have actually these colors as the menu, and I think that's it's just a little thing, but I think it's cool, and I'm so glad I was able to pick this one up. All right, next up, this one I remember very well. Donkey Kong Country. This is such a great game, such a great soundtrack. Amazing, amazing. Definitely give this one a try if you get it. Definitely get this one for the Super Nintendo if you're willing to buy one. Because I think this is a great game and a good start to be playing Super Nintendo games. And yeah, still looks pretty good actually. Thought it would have been in a worship because I got this actually one of the later Super Nintendo games that I bought. Well, that my dad bought for me when I was a small child. And I remember we had actually, you will see, I own the second one too. And I remember we went to the game store and I saw this in a booth. It was not in the gaming section where you were able to pick up games. And I remember asking my dad if he could pick this one up, Donkey Kong Country 1. And he had to ask the sales guy if you were able to take the game from the booth and take it home. So I'm so glad that he said, yeah, let's do it. And it came with the manual, but I think I lost the manual. But this was such a great game. So good, so good. Still great. Still recommend playing it. Alright, the next one. Such a sad tale, such a sad tale. This is not Dragon Ball Z. This is not Dragon Ball Z at all. As you can see, the sticker is coming loose. I ripped the other one. I tried to see what was under it, but it got completely ripped. I was young, and that was at the end of the Super Nintendo, and that rental store we always went to was selling video games for the Super Nintendo games for very cheap. I don't know how much it went, but it was super cheap. And I took this one out, and that was a game that was actually for rental there, so they were giving it away. But what happened was, I guess some other person took that game, rented it, and placed the sticker on another cartridge. And it placed it on this one and gave this one back in. And this game is, what was it again? Michael Jordan in the Chaos Windy City or something like that. And I was so angry, and we tried to get back to the store and said, oh, hey, this is not the right game. And then they were like, yeah, you ripped the sticker. You cannot return this anymore. And we were like, oh no. Well, either way, so mean. But I wish it was Dragon Ball Z because I remember playing this one and I really wanted to have it, even though it is in French. But that's not typical common here. So still, I was so pissed that they switched it. My dad was also a little pissed, but it's okay. That can happen. Alright, this one is the most recent one we picked up for the Super Nintendo, and it's Super Famicom. It's Sailor Moon. We picked this up for €10, $10, something like that. And I think that's the beat 'em up. I still need to try it though. But I immediately put it in a protective case because I still had some left. Yet again, the back, that can happen with these old games. Like that's what I bought at the video game convention, the cosplay convention, and there are some versions for Europe, but those are getting pretty expensive. I know there's one. I can get the original for something about 65, 70-ish euro. but I don't want to. I have the Japanese one, it works just as fine, and I can play it on the retro one. And I might get a converter for my original Super Nintendo, so I don't have to use the retro one anymore. Because I have my retro TV, and it should look amazing on it. Alright, next up, I don't know if anyone will particularly notice, in America at least, but people know about the movies from Asterix and Obelix. I grew up with this game. This game was pretty hard. I only beat it with my girlfriend at the time. We had such a blast again. But it was pretty difficult to beat it. I still have to say, it is a hard game. Definitely, I would say also give this a recommendation. It's actually pretty good actually. Graphics are good, the gameplay is good, and pretty interesting style. Definitely give this one a go if you can find it cheap. And I think it might be cheap because they're coming back lately on the PS4 and with the remasters and stuff. Okay, this one I have. Oh, I can't remember which one this is, but is it Secret of Mana? I think so. But with the number 2, I'm a little confused, but I think it's the Secret of Mana. Not sure though. This one I picked up together with the Sailor Moon or a little before. The same convention. There's a guy that I think he goes a lot to Japan and buys them all pretty cheap and then he sells them to us. But as you can see, he does not have the greatest condition with the backs. The front is always clean-ish. Still have to clean this one up here. But that was from a sticker that was on there, but he puts always stickers in the front. Alright. This one. Fire Emblem, but I have no idea which one it is. Still need to give this one a try, and I think I will just download also an English patch so I can at least understand what they're saying. Like, I've been playing the Fire Emblem series right now on the GameCube. So definitely should give this one. I think this is the one that has been remade on the DS though. I'm not sure because I see Mart here and I don't know how many games he has in the earlier days, but I know he's on the DS. Shadow Dragon or something. That should definitely give it a go. Also got it pretty cheap. Super Famicom games, hey, they're always cheaper. So next up. Super Mario All Stars plus Super Mario World. I think this came with the Super Nintendo that we got, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, we played the hell out of this. Trying to beat each game. And then we had with the first one, the Lost World. The Lost World was so hard. We never got pretty far, but we did try though. Super Mario 2, I think we made it one time to the end, but I'm not sure though, because there's those level skips that you can take. But I learned them about them pretty late, but still. Super Mario 3, we knew about the whistle that you can get, and then the second whistle, which can make you transport instantly to level 8. Super Mario World, it took us a long time to beat, but we finally we did it when we were younger, together with my dad. Alright, this one picked up at the gaming convention. That's Street Fighter 2, just the original one. And this one was like €6 or €7. It was pretty cheap. Like again, the yellow on the back is so bad. I remember one streamer saying, "Oh, it's the gold version. It's the gold version." I didn't think he know that it was so yellow that I was like this is like you can still see the original coloring, but I remember him saying, "Oh, it's the gold version. I've never seen this version. It's so great. I got the gold version of the Super Nintendo." No, it was just so much de-yellowed that he didn't even see it was de-yellowed from the sunlight. I had to laugh a little. Alright, I picked this one up just to complete the trilogy. Oh wait, I haven't shown actually the second one yet, but I picked this one up just to complete the trilogy of Donkey Kong Country. I got this actually only on the Game Boy. I only played it on the Game Boy. Later I played it on the Wii Virtual Console so many years later. I never had the third one, but from what I saw, I actually liked it on the Game Boy. I don't think I. No, yeah, we did beat it on the Game Boy. But it took us a while though. But of course, the Super Nintendo looks so much cleaner, so much. The graphics are so much better, and this one, you actually say, does look very good. Of course, yeah, it's still in plastic, but looks amazing. Looks amazing. People really hate this because of Kiddy Kong. They really don't like Kiddy Kong, but I can understand why. But yeah, it's just a kid. Come on, just give him some slack. Alright, next up. Chrono Trigger. This is definitely one everyone knows almost about. You see it on so many other YouTube best RPG of all time, and yeah, it is a. I have to say it's a very good one. It's a very good one. I like the music a lot, the gameplay. I think it was a little ahead of its time, and they really did good with this game. SquareSoft, congrats to you. This is a yeah, that could be for many people the greatest game of all time. But I got pretty late into it. I think I only played it either on the Virtual Console or um, what was it again? Not the Virtual Console, but Nintendo DS. I got the Nintendo DS version and I played that version. So it was great for me. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But sometimes pretty difficult to know where to go. I have to say because I not so used to that game. All right, next up. Final Fantasy V. This one I just got the English patch on the Retron 5, so I can play Final Fantasy V. I did play this one a lot on the Game Boy Advance, and I still have the original cartridge for the Game Boy Advance. Definitely give this a try. I think the music is amazing. I really like the job system here. I think it's definitely worth a shot to check it out. And yet again, Final Fantasy, great graphics on the Super Nintendo. That looks amazing. And of course, yeah, they with the Pixel remaster, you can definitely give this a shot now. I have to say, do it if you have the chance to buy it on PS4, PS5, or Steam or Switch. Just do it. It's an underrated game, I think, but really great. I think it's really great. I really had fun with it. So yeah, yet again, my dog just when it was raining, he just shaked off, and then there were so many drops that I saw. Just clean it out. I still have a couple of more. All right, next up. Just put this pile a little closer. This one I picked up in a newer game convention that I tried, and I was like, oh yeah, it's Spider-Man and the X-Men. What is it called? Arcade's Revenge. Never tried this before. I did try it a little on my Retron, I think, or yeah, I did try it, and it's not good. I don't really. It was difficult, I have to say. I don't think this one goes for pretty high even. That's why I got it so cheap. And yet again, oh, they really don't take care of their video games, eh? Like yeah, it happened to me too. But like you see, that many of my own from the from my childhood are still decent. They're here and there some. But Jesus, like the sticker came here loose. But like I said, I got this one for pretty cheap, and I just wanted to try it out. It's also the American version. Yet again, I can't play this on my original, only on the Retron. So, but still, was able to try it, and I have to say I didn't particularly like it, but still, I got it. Next up, I got this one for €10. Is the European version, the PAL version of Beauty and the Beast. I didn't even know there was a game of this, so when I went to the game and I saw this laying, I got this together with Sailor Moon. I definitely immediately picked it up. it's a little de-yellowed, could be worse, but as long as the game still plays super fine, looks still very clean. Definitely need to give this a shot. I haven't played it yet though, so okay, someone did bid on this, but like I said, I don't overpay much for these prices, because if it's a little too high, like I did see this at the gaming convention, but I was like, I just want to try this game out. And yeah, like I said, the game sticker in the front still looks very clean. There's here and there some stuff, but I don't know about it. Maybe people can tell me about it then. Like also, like you have seen, I got many loose ones. I will talk about it later. The next one. All right, next one. Aladdin, but we say Aladdin. And this one, I think that was the first one that I picked up for the Super Nintendo when I started working. Oh, and I was like, yes, I had my freedom of ordering online, and I think this was one of the first games that I ordered to try it out on a Super Nintendo, and I remember loving it when I was a child when we rented it, and that's why I wanted to get it again, and I got this for, what was it, €5 or something. Really great game, really good graphics, and Capcom did an amazing job with this one. You can beat this very quickly in an hour or something, an hour and a half. It's a very great game. Definitely recommend this one on the Super Nintendo. If you get one, definitely try this. It looks amazing, it plays amazing. Very good game, very good game. Alright, next up, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles Tournament Fighters. I picked this one up maybe half a year ago, because that was the first time I ever, I rented this game, was never able to buy it. Like same with Street Fighter, it was so hard just to get to the ending part, but as I now learned through the for the platinum for the TMNT collection on PS5 or PS5. I got it for PS5. Karai, she's such a hard boss, I have to say. Took me a while to beat her, but we did it. And yeah, I did pay at the time for this like half a year ago, almost the price that you can look it up online. I almost paid that price exactly. It was like €35, but I really wanted it because it was the first time I ever saw this game pop up on a video game site online, and I have a couple of them that I follow. I never have even seen it. Maybe CIB I have seen it, but that was way too much, and I didn't want to pay CIB prices. And and I had to pick this up for the collection. All right, next up, I cannot pronounce the name, but I will just pronounce Magic Adventure. I think this Magical Toro. I think. I don't know. Either way, I just because of the artwork, I was like, I'm gonna pick this up. I don't know how it is. I think I looked it up at the time when I was there. I think I can't remember. Did I buy it online or at the gaming convention? Either way, I'm just glad I picked it up, and I definitely will try this one out. I think it's just a platformer, from what I remember. Next up, Final Fantasy VI. I heard so much great things about it. I have never beaten the game yet. I only started like in the beginning. I did not get pretty far, but I still have to give this a try, and I will definitely check this game out because there's so many that also call this game the greatest game of all time, and I do like the intro a lot. I have to say, with the music and the snow, and then the mechs that Terra comes in. Great, such a great intro. Definitely will give this a try. It's Hook. I just saw some video. Hook. No, I didn't see some video. I saw some gameplay of this, and I was like, it looks pretty interesting. Looks good on the Super Nintendo, and I got it for the Super Famicom. I haven't tried it out yet, but from what I did test it, and the game works fine. Also de-yellowed again, but still got it for pretty cheap. We'll definitely give this a try. From what I heard, many people actually like it. Also, many Americans talk about with from the McDonald's all the toys that they got from Rufio, and the movie. Is it the one with Robin Williams? I haven't seen it actually, so I definitely should check that movie also out. Like the coloring, orange. Okay, next up. Alright. Ranma 1.5. This was my game. My girlfriend recommended this for picking up because she grew up with this show, and then we started watching the show together. And I have to say, I really liked the show. It was pretty funny, but on the later end, it got a little boring. I didn't like the old geezer with the constantly episodes of him stealing panties. Okay, that was a typical trope in the old cartoons, but at some point it was just annoying to a little watch. But still interesting, and I still need to finish it actually, the anime, together with my girlfriend. But I have to say, this game looks amazing on the Super Nintendo, on the Super Famicom actually. This is also in the PAL version, but I haven't encountered it yet. But I do know it's going for a lot of money also, and I will not get this cheap original. But I have to say, this is just a fighting game like Street Fighter, a little more basic, but I have to say the graphics look really good. Definitely check this one out if you're looking for a simpler fighting game, but really great, really good. Check it out, and they should bring it back. Next up, this one I just got cheap because that was a German version. There was the PAL version, and I was like, yeah, but doesn't the game was in English, so, and I'm like, it's just a title, Der Koning der Leeuwen. So I didn't mind. I got the game also together with Aladdin then, and I was like, hell yeah. I did beat it, but I had to be very careful. Took me a long time. Even the final stage, that lava stage, it's so annoying. But yet again, the soundtrack on this cartridge, it's amazing. Definitely check this out. You will see many people liking this game, but the second stage they hate. This game looks very good, and I can see why. Like this, the rumor is, I think it's not a rumor, but the developers were like, at least Disney, they were getting complaints that their games were too easy, and then they said, yeah, let's make the Lion King super hard so that they have to rent it a lot. And I think it helped because it was very hard. So definitely check this out. I'll see if you can beat it without using the cheat codes. Donkey Kong Country 2, I think one of the best Super Nintendo games on there, and I think the completionist will agree with me on this because it's his favorite game of all time. He completes it like multiple times per year. I don't, but if I start up a Super Nintendo, this is one of the games that I most likely will just boot up. It's one of the soundtrack I almost listen daily to because it's such a great soundtrack. I always have it on my phone and playing it through the speakers of my car. It's just such a great game. I definitely like Lockjaw Saga team. I think it's called Lockjaw Saga. It's just the underwater team kind of. It's amazing. There's a remix of it, and it sounds like would be perfect for a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. If you get a Super Nintendo, definitely check this game out. It's definitely worth your time. It's such a great game, especially if you're into platformers. They really brought their A game with this one, and I'm really fond of this one. So great, so great. Alright, I still have a couple of more. This one was a couple of years ago that I picked this one up. It was in a sale. I think I only paid €15 for this. The Joe and Mac Ultimate Caveman Collection. Never played Joe and Mac, but since this was for the PAL version, so I can play it on my original, was made from Retrobit. Well, I published at least, but I never played it. But I saw gameplay footage of this, and I had to get this, and I was so glad I did, because now it's not available on that one of that sites that I ordered it from, and I'm so glad I did, because it's come on, it's dinosaurs, you're caveman, you can play this with two, and I have to say I did try it out already, the first one, a little bit of the second one, but I haven't tried Congo Caper yet, and I have to say they're really good games, and yeah, and of course, yeah, I took good care of it, except a little the dust. But I have to say, a really good collection, and from what I saw, it went a little up in price, so maybe at the time I should have bought a couple of them, just to sell them further. I will open this one up a little, because I do think like it came with this little sticker of the first boss stage, Tyrannosaurus. Just look at this snore. Comes with a little instruction manual. I think it's just there's nothing special, but I have to say, look at this. Look at these. Looks so great, and it comes with two little pins. I really loved that I picked this one up. It's so great. Looks good. Definitely, if you find one cheap, definitely do it, because I think they're great games. They play good actually, so. And I think it's much cheaper than to get all three of them separately. Sorry, just had to sneeze. Okay, next up. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. So that would be TMHT, Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. I just had to pick this one up, because come on, this is such a great game, such a good beat 'em up. One of the, I think it's one of the better ones also to get. And this soundtrack is amazing. Sorry. Just the artwork is a little weird, but I have to say, great. Just a very great game. Definitely good. Definitely good. Alright, here's another one. This one I picked up when I got the Retron 5. I just wanted to play this one together with my girlfriend, and at the time he was selling this complete in box for €22. Would be around $24 or something. And I'll have to say, like you saw just a little bit of here, but otherwise this box, it came with the box protector, looks so clean, so clean. There's a little sticker on here. So I hate when they put the stickers on the boxes now. When I was younger, I wouldn't care, but now I do care that they put the sticker. I played this together with my girlfriend, and I have to say, pretty fun, pretty cool puzzles. But later on, it can be pretty tricky. But overall, it's still a pretty easy game. Yet again, yeah, yet again, I think this is going for a little bit of price now, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. Complete unbox $55. So see, at the time I bought this for 22. So I did pretty good. So I don't have to buy this anymore, and that's for the PAL version. For like okay, I get it. There's a difference between American and PAL versions, but the difference is sometimes so huge that I don't get it. Like I understand with the older games we have 50 hertz, so it runs a little slower. But for like more modern games, that's like I wouldn't say the PS2, but like PS3 games, they run the same. And yeah, you can play them anywhere in the world, but still the PAL versions are cheaper because yeah, it's Europe. It's not the Americans one. But I get that with the retro games. But what's annoying about what happens here, a lot of sellers put the American prices on it. So there's many times where I'm like, okay, this game should only be 30, and then I check, boom, it's 50 or 60, even up to 70, just because the American version is 70. But we're not living in America. Oh, I'm not living in America. But if you're living in America, those are the prices that you pay. But I will not pay 83 for this when I could technically buy this for 55 for exactly almost the same game. Yeah, we grew up with 50 hertz, so we're kind of used to it, so that's no problem for us. But Jesus Christ, it's just a game. I would love that all my games would be around the price for the Americans, because my what is it? My total is around I don't know how much, but I can check on my price charting collection. But there's so much difference if I would have from every game the American version. The price is so insane sometimes. But there are some games that are pretty much worth a penny. But yet again, American versions are always, as always, more. I think those were the only three boxed ones from SNES that I have, but I do have some Super Famicom games. I only have 4. Alright, this one I just picked up because it was dirt cheap. It came with a complete in box with a box protector, and I have to say the condition is super clean, and I guess you need a super scope since it's on the cover. I'm just gonna put this a little here, but look at how clean this looks. I don't know what it is worth. If it's even playable without the super scope, which I still need to collect. I think I don't have it. I never actually tried or played with a super scope, but I'm really glad I picked this one up. The box looks cool, the coloring looks cool. I have to say I'm really glad, and the condition is amazing. Amazing. Never tried it, but I will definitely check it out one day. Maybe I could try it. Illegal kind of word, emulation. But maybe I will try it one day with emulation. Then I can put the mouse as a super scope, maybe. We'll see. Next up, I just picked this one up also again, just because it was dirt cheap, and it comes in this extra hard protective case. I don't know why, but it was like that when it arrived, and I kept it in there. And I think it's Super Puyo Puyo. And I think that's the... Oh, what was it again? It's a little like this. From Bon Presto. Oh, well, are those from the Funko Pop right now? Or at least from some figures? Isn't that the matching game? Yeah, I think so. It's the matching game. They have more recenter games, so well, I would definitely check this one out. Should definitely try it one day. Super Puyo Puyo. Adorable. Just, I'm so glad I was able to pick this super cheap up. Looks great. Especially for the collection. Looks great on the shelves. Alright, next up I still need to get a box protector for this one. And this one is apparently worth $30, $35, something? 37-ish? Like I would say $40. I don't know what it is, but I picked it up because the box art looked pretty cool. Made from Konami, one of my favorite companies at the time. I'm hoping with the remake that they're making of Silent Hill 2 that they're like making a comeback, because I really hope so, and they're hitting strong. So with the remakes and the new Silent Hill coming, I'm excited. This one I just picked up because yeah, it looked pretty cool, and it is apparently worth a little bit of money. So again, got this for dirt cheap, but this one didn't came with a box protector. It has a little bit of scuffing here, but otherwise it looks still very clean. I have not opened it yet, but I know that the cartridge is in... Oh wait, I did open it yet. I know the cartridge is in there. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, it's still in there. With the booklet. Oh, the old Konami logo. So great. There's a lot of games that I would not know when I was younger, but when I started getting into game collecting, I really noticed that I was getting a lot of Konami games at the time. So really great, really great. Next one I picked up together at the gaming convention with my girlfriend. I don't know how much we paid, but it was not more than €10, I think. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Look how cute this looks. Isn't this amazing? And the annoying baby, wah, wah. But again, came with the box protector, I think. But it looks super, super clean. I'm glad this game is on the mini SNES, so I don't really have to open this one up. But I think I will for when I want to try it on the Super Retro, on the Retron 5, or when I get the converter. They need to bring all these colored Yoshis back. They need to. Is it on the Switch Online? I'm not sure though, but definitely give this one a try because people really liked it. For at least the graphics, at least. It was like a coloring book. It was a unique style, I have to say. So glad we picked this up. Blah. Really great. Really great. And that was it for my Super Nintendo collection. We're gonna go, I think, now to my Game Boy collection. Yeah, I still have much more to do. But like I said, it will be a multiple part, so at least now I did already NES, Famicom, Super Famicom. And now we're gonna go to Game Boy games. Alrighty then. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, there was one thing that I forgot. Sorry, there's gonna be some noise from the arcade. I just started. There's also the Super Game Boy player. I forgot about this from the Super Nintendo. I do have still this. How we did that. Sorry, it's a lot of noise right now. And that was so great to play all those Game Boy games. And as you can see, I will take it already out because that's part of the Game Boy games. Here, so great to play the games. Sweet. Then there's one Game Boy Color game. Else. Okay. Sorry if I'm a little busy, I'm just looking for my Game Boy games. Okay, found them. I still need to get a proper display for my Game Boy games. Take this out. Okay. We're gonna start with the Game Boy section first. That is a little smaller. Okay. Ready? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. Should pick up these two. That will be 3092. Okay, first up, I do not own an original Game Boy Color anymore, but I was able to pick one up, and I think if you want, not the original Game Boy, but already kinda a modified one. There is some on Wish or AliExpress, and this is called the GB Boy Color. I have to say it's a little scratched up already, but I might just get a new one. This is a good replacement for your Game Boy Color, I have to say. I really recommend this product, but as you can see, I have been a little not careful with the screen, but I can always get a new one or just a new screen. But I have to say, for kind of a knockoff, it's a really good one. So right now there's Harry Potter in there, and I think it does what it needs to. And then there's a backlight in it. You can play your original games. Even has the exact same look, even with this black sensor thingy. You can trade Pokemon. There's a volume switch. EA Games, Harry Potter, and the stone, the Philosopher's Stone. But for us, it's the Steen der Wezen. But I think it really does what it needs to be done. Oh, I can't really like I said, I have badly. I didn't take really good care of the screen. It was just one of those purchases that I immediately did. And normally I take good care of my products, but like with this, it was so easily to scratch up though. But when I play and I don't. It's only when I hold it into the light that I really see the scratches though. But when I play, you don't really see it. Still looks amazing, plays amazing. Really give this a recommendation if you're interested in getting a Game Boy. And I really wanted, like I had a purple one, but I was like, I can get a yellow one, and I was like, cool. Okay, there's normally sometimes people don't like when you do this, but I have to do it. The GB Boy, and boom, it instantly works. See, it looks so, like when I play, boom, I don't see the scratches anymore. Yeah, my battery has expired. But like I said, definitely a recommendation if you want a cheap as Game Boy. So you can also get a modified one, but nowadays more and more expensive. Alright, I will start with one of, sadly again, a boxed one with so many stickers on it when I bought this one, but I couldn't care less because I really wanted Conker's Pocket Tales. But that was like the one and only time that I see this game. But yet again, like they put really stickers around this whole box, really ruining this box, eh? But like I said, luckily I got it for pretty cheap. I have never played it, but I'm willing to play it with this. It looks pretty adorable, and I have to say it looks, from what I see here on the picture, it looks pretty good actually. So definitely gonna check this out. Never played it, but yeah, I put it in a box protector because I don't wanna. I looked a little. If someone knows a way how to remove those stickers without damaging the box, that would be great. But as of for now, I don't think I will get it off without damaging the box. And this was already like this, so I'm not gonna try it any further. But like I said, I got this for pretty cheap. Okay, next up, I have to say, this is Pokemon Blue. Hey, it looks great, but I'm just gonna say this is a reproduction box. It's one of my, yeah, it was one of my childhood Pokemon games. The cartridge that I have in it is original, but the box itself is a repro. Like this is why I'm into game collecting. I'm not really into selling, but if I would sell, I would never sell a reproduction. and I would always tell it if it was a reproduction. But like this one is just a reproduction because I just wanted it to be able to display it, and I didn't want to pay the outrageous prices that are going online for the Pokemon games. But I have to say, for a repro, they really did an amazing job. They really catch the feel, but when you look into the details, sometimes it's a little bit off. But otherwise, it's very close to the original. So I'm still glad I got this because it's more a display piece, and I didn't want to pay the outrageous prices for just one box. But I put my original. I don't know if it came with. I'm not gonna. Did it? Yeah, it did come with an insert case though. But like again, this is more a display piece because I really love how Blastoise is portrayed on this box. And I put it in wrong. Yes, you can put it wrong in a box protector. There's a way to display it pretty clear. Voila. Now it looks amazing again, see? This looks amazing on the shelf. But like I said, reproduction, not my real box. But yet again, I'm never selling this because this is only for display only. I'm just gonna put my... Okay. That was the only two boxes I have. All the rest is all loose cartridges and stuff. I don't have the chance to find really Game Boy games. There was a time, and I do have some still boxed ones. That's right. There was a time that I had the chance to buy Pokemon Pinball, complete in box, minty condition, for around 65 bucks, but it would have been 60 euro. Like the current rate is right now more in the favor of, like, Americans are expensive. Just say it like that. The dollar is more expensive. And I didn't order it. I did not order it. I didn't pick it up. I did see it laying there. I went to that game shop, but I picked up some other games because at the time I was just trying to save money to buy this house. Okay, I got some more CIP in a box, but this is Japanese one. This is for my Yu-Gi-Oh collection that I'm trying to collect. I'm trying to collect every Yu-Gi-Oh game there is. This is just for me because I really like the Yu-Gi-Oh games. I really love them. I love the Yu-Gi-Oh series, especially the older series with Yu-Gi. So I was able to pick this one up on eBay for a relatively cheap price. What was it, less than 12 or 13 euro? It has a little dent in here, but otherwise it still looks very clean. I do have a lot more Game Boy Advance actually, so I should skip this one, but you have seen it now. Looked great, looks great on the shelf, but it's in my display cabinet with my Yu-Gi-Oh figures. Cool, huh? Cool, huh? And I just have to play the sound. I have to. I do have to.
It's time to
I will put those back later in the display case. Next up is another Game Boy Color game, and yet again a Japanese one. Dark Duel Stories. But as you can see, this is actually the third one. But for us, that was the first game on the Game Boy Color. And yeah, basically it's this Tri-Advent. Dark Duel Story is actually the second one. This is the third one actually in this series. But this is the one indeed that we got as the the Game Boy Color version in Europe and America. That was Dark Duel Stories then. As you can see, it's the same cover art with those rare cards that you got as promotional, which are super expensive. and highly seeked for the collectors out there. And I got this for, oh, I had to bid for this, I think, but I got it pretty cheap because no one cares about the older games anymore. Well, at least the Japanese ones. I just want them for my collection. And like this one is then was my recent, like I got the Game Boy Advance first, then the Game Boy Color one, and this one I got the last as Game Boy games. The very first in the series of like what we're used to in Dark Duel stories. It's very basic still. For people that want to try it out, you can just play level 8 monsters, I still think. This has an English patched version online. You just have to do it on your own risk. But so glad that I got this one, and also in pretty good shape. Yeah, there's here and there some discoloring, but otherwise still looks pretty fine. And I will get another box protector. I have to get another box protector for this one. But this is also for now in the display cabinet right behind me here, together with my Yu-Gi-Oh figures. Okay, the first time that I will put those first. Like when I try something new, like a new site and stuff, I really try cheap things first. And one of the things that I wanted to try was AliExpress or Wish. And the one thing that I tried, I ordered some repros of Game Boy games. So this is just for me to test them out. And I did this just to try it out, to see if they worked and stuff. These are not original, these are all fakes, and these will never be sold because I don't distribute fakes. I would never sell them as the real thing. So the first game that I got was, like, I all got them in one bundle just to see how they were like, is Shantae. Like this original game to get, like I will look it up quickly. Let's see. Shantae Game Boy Color. The loose price for this $633. Can you see now why that I ordered a reproduction in order to test this out, this game? Because I never saw it in the West and in Europe, and I don't think it ever released in Europe. So even the sticker is coming loose, so you can see it's not the best reproduction, but still playable, and I can really test it out, and it works pretty fine actually. I did get a digital on the PS4, and I think I got now the PS5 upgrade for free. I got almost the whole series actually, and I still get, I don't know if you can see it, but behind, yeah, you can see it. Behind the Yu-Gi-Oh frame is the limited run collector's edition of, I think, the collector's edition from not Half Genie Heroes, but no, it's behind the Castlevania one. Yeah, whatever. It's one of them. I will show you, and maybe the second part, because I'm already getting close to 2 hours. So then the next one that I got, just because it's not getting cheap to getting these ones, Legend of Zelda Director's Edition, Link's Awakening. Never was able to find this one, or for a cheap price, because I don't know how much they go for now. Link's Awakening. Let's see, Paul. Game Boy Color. Okay, 45 to complete in box, which I would prefer. It's $150. But like I said, that was the first time I ever tried AliExpress, and I wanted to see how it would be. Then I got Metal Gear. I used to have this game, original version, but someone stole it from me, so I never was able to get it back, and I confronted him later he brought all his games over, and this game was pretty much lost. So I was sad, but now thanks to getting a repro, I was able to play this again. I should maybe put it with a marker that it's a repro, but I don't want to, kind of. Okay, next up, I did see this one in Austria, but sadly the label was so damaged that I just was able to see Resident Evil Gaiden, and that was also one that I really wanted to try out, and I heard not good reviews about it, so no one really likes this one. But it's an interesting concept. Resident Evil on the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, on the ship. They had a lot of ship teams though. Okay, next one. You might have already seen it. It's Kid Dracula. This game is insanely pricey. Especially on the Game Boy. Like, it doesn't show like a complete in box for this game. $2,265. New price $5,000. For graded $20,000. Loose price $230. So, but that's the American version. I don't. I is there even? Yeah. Like, I know that at the what was it, the game convention, there was someone before me that asked for this, and I think it was €400 for this game. So can you see now why that I ordered a reproduction? I don't want to pay 400 for Kid Dracula. It's a great game, great soundtrack, but I do not want to pay that price. They also came with reproduction, like, little boxes. They're so rough. They're so rough. I don't know. It might be 3D printed, but they do the job well. And the last one I did, that was all in the same order, was Pokemon Green. I just like the look of this, with the green cartridge, with Venusaur on the front, and this is the ROM with the English translation, but with the original sprites of Pokemon Green. So you can play this completely in English, and I love it. And I did play it, but at some point my Game Boy fell out of the battery. So this one, the battery went out, and I was just saving, and I just lost all my progress. And so I had to restart. But I would play this one on the retro TV that I have back with me, on the Super Game Boy player, and it looks amazing. I should give this a try again. Alright, now next up is all original. And let's start with one of the recenter ones I got. And these are those two. It's DuckTales for the Game Boy. It's just the same game as the NES one, but yeah, of course, 8-bit on the Game Boy. No, I don't know what to say, but still a great game to get. And I think I did rent this one, because I remember the second one at least that I rented. So I should have definitely rented the first one. Okay, next up is this one. Is a really quite recent. I don't know. It's not at least a half year, but it was before I moved that I got this one. Donkey Kong Land 1. I just ordered it because it was dirt cheap, and it came in a good condition. Not like I just have to clean it a little still. I haven't taken the time yet. But look at the label. The label looks clean. Because sometimes with these, like you see it already with DuckTales, somebody pulled too much on the top sticker, and that happens a lot with these older games. So I'm kind of looking for the versions that they don't have that, but this one, it's not too bad, and I got this also for very cheap. And Donkey Kong Land, I now actually have the, like I will show them later then, maybe first. So I got this little box protector, not for DuckTales. But I will get the other two out quickly, just to make a little nice display. Alright. I did get, like as you can see here, like with this one this happened. This one was my first one that I got of the Land trilogy. And this one I played a lot. As you can see, the coloring is completely gone. This one wasn't played much. I really beat this game when I was younger, and it's a good game, I have to say. People really talk about it, but I have to say the Land trilogy on the third one was really good. Really good. Definitely give this a try. My brother got the second one, as you can see here too. This was played one a lot too, because he loved also Donkey Kong Country 2 at the time. On the Super Nintendo, and he got this as a birthday, like not kind of just kind of a celebration that we do at 6 years old. And yeah, he got this game with his Game Boy Color, and it looked amazing on it, I have to say. And I'm really glad we got this one. At the time, I was not super happy because, like, yeah, you bought a Game Boy game and you have a Game Boy Color, but now I'm really glad with the trilogy, so can't complain. They look amazing. I love the yellow cartridge, and I will clean them a little later then, or in my free time, on my rest day or something. But look at this. Look, I just need to put them all three here. Just look at how cool this looks. Alright, next up I will show these two first, and then I'm into... I got Disney Aladdin on the Game Boy Color, just because it was pretty cheap and I had to try it. I know this is like a port of the Genesis version, I guess, but it looked good at my Game Boy Color. The this one. Look at all the yellow. Did not beat it yet though. Still have to do. Then in Austria, I was able to pick up Mega Man. Dr. Wily's Revenge. I still need to try this one, but yet again it was pretty cheap, but it was a little damaged though. But yeah, that's, like I said, this can happen a lot with the older games, but still great to get. I'm a big fan of Mega Man games, even though they're sometimes pretty hard. I I think it's a port of the first one, because I know with the fifth one it's a highly collectible one, and that I know. And a pretty pricey one. Also, many people might have had this when they were younger, and it's this carrying case of Pokemon. I can't really show it because it's so big. But it was this carrying case for the Game Boy Color. You could fit your Game Boy there, I think, in the back. I'm pretty sure. Your DMG Game Boy could definitely fit in here. But yeah, of course, this is full of cartridges. There's not a single Game Boy in there. It's all cartridge. Now I'll take them all out. I'm glad they're also small, so I have a lot of space, and I will quickly go kind of over it because I have a lot. Like, that was one of the most played systems at the time. We took it on so many cartridges, like many other kids. I also got some really recent, no, not really recent, but during the years that I've been going to this gaming convention and getting some games, I've really been collecting more and more just to add to the collection. I think I might leave Game Boy Advance for the next time. Let's start up first with the first one. Pokemon Pinball. I need to get a cover for this. I think you can find one online. This one we played a lot too, especially my dad. He played it on the Super Game Boy player, I think, on the Super Nintendo. He loved this one. But I don't know if it was in color on the Super Game. I can't really remember that. But I really think it was in color because the two boards looked really good. I remember on the big screen, at least from what I remember. I can't say for sure. It's been such a long time. We did not get all the Pokemon though, never. But one day I kind of want to, just to get them all. Next up, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories. Oh, I remember getting so angry just because I did beat the game, but the final stretches, the final opponents, so annoying, so annoying. They can be so hard, but still, clean copy, clean copy. Still holds my save file, but Jesus, I never knew about Grandpa Yugi, so I never got all those extra parts. So it took me a long time to grind for all the monsters to make. And then there's of course Pokemon Crystal, the loose game. Got this at a flea market for like 10 or 15 at the time, so definitely a good pickup. I don't know about the battery, but I should check it out though, because it definitely needs a rechange though. Might be the same with the Game Boy with Yu-Gi-Oh! But I have to say, like, they still work though. I haven't lost my save file sometimes, especially for Yu-Gi-Oh! Next up is Cosper. That was more a puzzle game, but we never figured out. We never beat the game though, because at some point we would just get stuck. We don't know the puzzle anymore, and we never had a guide. So it would have been great to have a guide of this, but then yeah, I guess they would spoil everything. But there were some hard mini games though. All right, I'm gonna go over with this one. So you remember my Pokemon Blue? I also got Pokemon Red at the same time, but as you can see, this one has been played a lot. Oh yeah. Oh, so much pull. Like I said, see, the older the games and the more you played it at the time. But this is still my childhood Pokemon Red. I might get a new label just to get it restored, kinda. But I got this. Ooh, what is this? Oh, it's just a little thing that was okay. Just a little thing stuck there. I got these games when I was in the hospital. I had my appendix removed, and I got this as a together with the Game Boy Color at the time as a comfort prize. So Pokemon Red and Blue, and I think I chose Red, yeah, because of Charizard. Look at these, it's Charizard, man. But my brother helped me get a Nidoking, and I didn't know what to do at the time. But everyone was so jealous when they visited me at the hospital. I spent there kind of a long time there. I can't remember, but yeah, it was great. Again, Power Rangers. Oh, we beat this whole game. Oh, that's such a great game, and of course, it looks great on the Super Game Boy Player. Like if you see games with this logo, definitely try it on the Game Boy Player because it looks better on the big screen. They fill in extra colors. Like you see many times when we play games, you will see the sticker has been faded or a little damaged. Next up, we have Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Warriors. Oh, we farmed and grind in this game so much, especially on the road trips. We were so good at it that we could beat the whole game with just one character. And yeah, of course, get all the experience, level up. And there was the rumor of Mr. Satan unlocking, but it was not a, yeah, or Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu, because there were 3 extra slots at the end, but never filled up. I don't know when we picked this one up, but I definitely got it when I was a younger child, and that was Rampage World Tour. Don't think I ever beat it though, but I loved it though. Like the black cartridge, I knew that I played it with together with PS1, Rampage 2, and that's why I think I got this one. I'm not sure though. Could be at a flea market that I got this. Next up, Pokemon Gold. Everyone played this. Gold and Silver. Amazing games. I got those both at the same time again. But yeah, each we no wait, I got silver. We got gold only. We only got gold. We played a lot of gold, and then some when we had 2 Game Boys, a Game Boy normal, and the color one, and one played on the Game Boy Color, of course, and then one started a playthrough on gold, and then later I got silver together with Crystal. That's right. Then I played the hell out of it silver, but yet again the battery was already expired, kinda. I could play to 70 hours and then the game just resets. This game, Oh, I never beat it. I never got pretty far. Batman Forever. Oh, I don't know if it's. I think I got to the first boss and not really much further. I didn't really like it though. Next up, Prehistoric Man. I did like this one. I'm surprised that the label is still decent, but as you can see, this one is getting a little de-yellowed from the sunlight. But really great game. Good graphics actually for the Game Boy. Good music. Alright, this one I did play a lot. I remember. I even beat this game on the hardest difficulty. And if you did, you unlock Mai Shiranui and the two boss characters that are in there. Because Mai shows up. I don't know if it's Mai, but there's at least a secret character at the end if you beat it on the hardest difficulty. And then you get the code. I will show you. Well, I can quickly show it to you right now. You put in the game. I know you guys don't like it, but you put in the game. You wait till press select. Yep, here. Yep, when you hear that, you unlocked. You have to press 20 times select on the Takara sign. And now we unlock this. Let's see. Okay, then you see here at the bottom that your cheat code has activated. And now you can see we unlock the three boss characters: Saizu, Rugal, and Nakoruru. She was a very hard boss, I have to say. She has like a bird. Okay, so Mai was in this game, but it's been such a long time, and but like I said, this is how you unlock. I really love this game. I remember a lot from it. Yeah, just spam the special and you win all the time. Mostly. That's how I at least won. She's cool. I don't know who it is. She might be in the later games. Still pretty cool. And also quite worth a penny. So be on the lookout for this one. It's a good one. It's a good one. Next up we have Harry Potter. Just an RPG. I'm just gonna quickly go a little over it. Just picked this one up recently for pretty cheap. Is it in English? Yes, it's in English. This is the American version. Next up, one of my all-time favorites on the Game Boy, Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3. I think this one, yeah, this one has seen better days though. Yeah, it's just de-yellowed, and I wish it hadn't. I don't know why it was mostly in with the other games. As you can see, the other games are not pretty much the yellow, but this one is. I think this one, I played this one so much. I got the best ending, but I'm so sad it's got the yellowed. Such a great game. Definitely give this one a shot. Definitely. Let's see, Daffy Duck. I like this one, but from Sunsoft, cool. But hard. I never beat it though, but interesting. We got this at the gaming convention, Hamtaro, with each hum friend. I picked this one up because it was, well, relatively cheap, but I saw gameplay of it and I thought it was adorable and I wanted to check it out. Alright, next one, TMNT Fall of the Foot Clan. Just picked this one up because it was cheap, and also yeah, I wanted more for the TMNT collection that I wanted. So great pickup, looks very clean. Next up, another Turtles game, Turtles 2, Back from the Sewers. Yet again, cheap pickup, also pretty clean. Have to get rid of the marker. This one was just picked up from a garbage bin. I think some dog chewed on it and someone threw it away. But my dad, yeah, picked it out, cleaned it, and brought it back. But yet again, as you can see, it's pretty much damaged, but still plays actually. So that proves how sturdy they are. Never played it though. Maybe one time just to test it out, but it still works though. Pokemon trading card game, yeah, still need to try this one out. I was just curious, and I picked this one up for pretty cheap. It has been played a little, but yeah, it still looks pretty fine. The sticker in the front still looks fine. It just needs a little cleanup though. Curious about that one. This one I played a lot actually. The Tasmanian Devil Island Chase. I never beat it though. I should try it again though. I remember liking this game a lot, and yet again de-yellowing. But I remember liking it. This one I picked up recently. Not well. When I talk about recently, it's at least in the last 6 months. But I picked this one up before I moved, and it was just because it was pretty cheap, and yeah, and then I love Spider-Man. So great game. Well, I don't know if it's a great game, but I remember playing it before. Alright, here we got Kirby's Dream Land, but a Japanese one. Still works also on the original Game Boys. There was no region lock on that one. Okay, just have to hurry up. Picked up the Little Mermaid on the Game Boy. I wish I had the NES version, because it looks pretty good on the NES, but good replacement. Next up we have Kirby's Pinball Land, or Kirby's Pinball. Interesting, was also like €3 or $3 to pick this one up, so definitely give this one a shot. This is like the predecessor, or I don't know if it came later, the Pokemon Pinball, but I know they're the same maker. Of course, everyone has to have Super Mario Land. I'm definitely missing some games though. Definitely missing some games. Okay, Super Mario Land. Yeah, I'm missing one game. Oh well. Yeah, Super Mario. Everyone played this one. This was great. Little outdated. There were some references that nowadays can't go anymore, but definitely give it a try, just to try it out. Next up, the ones that I told you before, Street Fighter 2. This one was amazing, especially if you played it yet again with the logo. Play it on the Super Game Boy. Looks amazing for that time. Still pretty cool. And it had a custom background. Definitely check it out if you want to see. Of course, one of my all-time favorites also, not all-time, I mean, I played this one a lot. I had to beat it over and over and over just because I found it so much fun. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. If you get a Game Boy, definitely try this one. And yeah, since the eShop, like if this one pops up or is already on the Nintendo Switch Online, definitely give it a try, because it's pretty fun actually, pretty cool. But I do miss one game though. There was a, my dad bought a repro game. And it had like 100 games on it, and that's how I got to know many of the Game Boy games. I'm not I like that to try it out, but I prefer the original. This like later on my next video, when I get to talk about more of my collection. Like if you want to keep checking this out, it will be on YouTube, because after a while this will be deleted. That's why I make this video, so I can always rewatch it, kind of what I had at the time, because one day I might sell this and I still want to see what kind of games that I had. This is for like the next video. This is all like loose Game Boy Advance game. I have many, actually super many. This is one of the box that I still have. There's a couple of doubles in there. I just kept it in there because it keeps them good together. Yeah, this will be for the next video. But I still have much more in the closet. This was just like the bare minimum that we did, because as you can see, we like just basically did a little part of the little bottom section on that closet, because there's still the Vita section, and we just did the bottom of the right closet. We still have all of this, all this to check out, all this, still this, all the top row, and then of course we still have all the PS4 that's downstairs for my collection, and the PS5 games, and of course the Nintendo Switch games. There's still so much to see. This was just scraping the beginning. So I'm gonna wrap this up here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you will join me again on my next time, or at least join, because there's not many people that came, but maybe YouTube will like this. So hi YouTube, I hope you will be there for my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.